WYLN Studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, January 12th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. A two-tractor trailer accident closed the eastbound lanes of Interstate 80 Monday night. The wreck happened just after mile marker 252.7 near the Cunningham-Nescapek exit. The flatbed carrying bricks was parked off the road and was sideswiped by a tractor trailer carrying shoes. Both vehicles broke out into flames. Neither driver was injured. The accident happened around 7:45 at night. Both lanes were closed until about 9:15 last night when one lane was opened. Both PennDOT and the State Department of Environmental Protection were on scene. A Hazleton man pleaded guilty to charges stemming from his threat to burn his girlfriend's house down and kill her whole family. 23-year-old Manuel Antonio Suarez pleaded guilty to a single felony count of attempted arson and was immediately paroled for serving the minimum 9-month sentence in county prison. Police said Suarez got into an argument with Maria Kuzman. During it, he threatened to kill her family, saying for her last. He then started a series of minor fires after being unable to find a knife in the kitchen. A second felony charge of attempted arson was withdrawn, along with misdemeanor counts of assault, reckless endangerment, and making terroristic threats. The parents of a child whose death caused Luzerne County Children and Youth Services to see its license downgraded last year have filed a federal lawsuit. The suit was brought by Nicole Pascavage and Anthony Cook of Wilkes-Barre on behalf of their son, 21-month-old Anthony Pascavage. It alleges the baby's death was the result of, quote, sheer incompetence, which saw children and youth, quote, carelessly and recklessly disregard the well-being of the child, unquote. It names Children and Youth Services and the county itself as defendants. The suit was filed by Wilkes-Barre attorney Jonathan Kometz. He seeks to force Children and Youth Services to, quote, fundamentally change the way it operates by creating new policies and safeguards. It asks the maximum amount of damages allowed by law. On January 8, 2015, Anthony sustained a head injury and suffered from a large scrape on the back of his head and died shortly thereafter. According to the suit, an autopsy found cuts and bruises as well as a history of poor feeding. A Lansford couple is facing charges after police say a baby ingested methamphetamine from a lab that they were running. 43-year-old Joseph Narav and 22-year-old Melissa O'Brien are facing a list of charges, including operating a meth lab, manufacture of meth where a child under the 18 years old was present, and several related counts. Both are in Carbon County Prison on $100,000 bail each. Lansford Police Sergeant Jack Sobrick said the department got a tip the pair was operating a lab. As they began investigating, they found out a 7-month-old was living in the home, was admitted to Lehigh Valley Hospital Cedar Crest for ingesting laundry detergent. It turned out the baby actually ingested meth. Police found numerous things associated with a meth lab in the home and arrested the two. Police arrested a suspect in a July carjacking attempt in Laurel Run. 24-year-old Deshaun Henderson was apprehended by federal marshals. Henderson's accused of stealing a man's truck and firing shots at him after an attempted sale of 2 dirt bikes went bad. Shooting at him when he tried to stop him, investigators think the victim met. Henderson's in county prison on robbery, assault, and related charges. Plains Township Police have arrested a woman they call an accomplice in a holdup at the VFW in October. Deborah Davis was charged with 2 counts of robbery and 1 count of theft. Investigators believe Davis was an accomplice to Dalton Plath, who robbed the post with a knife. She is in county prison. Plath was arrested in December for also allegedly robbing KJ's Pickle Barrel in Edwardsville. We'll have to wait until January 26 to see whether Kathy Dobash's move to put a referendum question on the ballot has support. The county council meeting slated for tonight has been canceled. There was a mix-up in advertising the meeting, which could have been a sunshine law violation. Council's next meeting is slated for 6 p.m. January 26th. A work session will follow that voting meeting. The Wilkes-Barre Area School District plans to start demolishing Coughlin High School this fall and start building a new school at the site in spring of 2017. That was decided at last night's school board meeting. December 23rd was the last day of school at Coughlin's main building. Classes for Coughlin's 9th and 10th grades began last week at Macklin Elementary School building, which was renovated. The board was presented with an alternate idea last night. A developer touted his idea to bring the Old Times Leader building installed 27 classrooms, and lease it to the district for 20 years at $55,000 a month. The district would own the building after the 20-year lease and could connect the building to that new high school. Panzetti said the classrooms inside the Times Leader building could likely be ready by January 2017. The board took no on the vote for that idea. There's another one. Montgomery County Commissioner Josh Shapiro is running for Attorney General. The former state lawmaker is the fifth Democrat to announce a run for the office. Shapiro is also Governor Tom Wolf's appointee atop the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency. Other Democrats running for the office are Northampton County DA John Morganelli, from Allegheny County, Councilman David Fawcett, an attorney, and Jack Strollsteimer, a former Pittsburgh DA, Steve Zappala. On the Republican side, the lone announced candidate is State Senator John Rafferty. Longtime Scranton attorney and former Department of Homeland Security Executive Joe Peters is also considering a run. Incumbent Kathleen Kane is also planning a re-election run, though whether she can do so with a suspended law license isn't clear. A state representative is promising to introduce a bill to ban non-compete clauses in all employment contracts in Pennsylvania. Reading Democrat Tom Calaterone says they squashed innovative and drive workers out of state. Non-competes are clauses which bar employees from taking a job with a direct competitor. They're common in radio and television contracts. Calderon said in a memorandum last week to legislators, non-compete results in what he called archaic indentured servitude. So far, there's no word of any co-sponsors. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. From sunshine to snow and back to sunshine again, winter is certainly upon us. But what does the rest of our week look like, and could we see more snow? Gary Perna is back in again for Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik and is in the Weather Center with all the details. Gary?
Well, Ann, we're going to see those temperatures stick around that. You're just talking about the cold. And yes, we're even going to see some snow squalls stick around. Look at the map behind me. This is the past 24 hours. And look at the cold temperatures, excuse me, if I can get it, there we go, over in the western part of the state, and as it moves into our area, and it says this is where it's staying. The last couple of days we've been showing you this map of just pushing cold air down. This is going to stick around for a while, and we're going to talk about some more snow squalls in our area through tonight and into tomorrow. So we'll have all that for you coming up in just a couple of minutes. Ann?
Thanks, Gary. Coming up next, we'll get to know Hazleton's newest police chief, Jerry Spizzali, thanks to our Gary Perna's sit-down interview with him. Plus, a young girl with several ties to the Hazleton area is on her way to Hollywood after receiving her golden ticket from the American Idol judges. That and much more, including sports, is coming up here and only here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
Your body was made to move, fluidly and with ease. If the need for joint replacement surgery has stopped you in your tracks, it's time for a plan that can put you back in motion faster. The area's most experienced surgeons, the region's only nationally ranked program. That's Orthopedics in Action at Lehigh Valley Health Network.
Disney on Ice presents Dare to Dream, presented by Stonyfield Yo Kids Organic Yogurt. Nothing can stop a princess from a celebration of royal proportions. Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White, and Tiana are tangled together in a spectacular ice show with the Disney princesses you love. Bring your royal family for a jazzed-up, hair-raising, princess-packed adventure live in your hometown.
Tickets start at $15. Restrictions and charges may apply. Opens Wednesday at Mohegan Sun Arena. Visit Ticketmaster today.
Today, Hazelton's mayor and newest police chief spoke with our Gary Perna about what they have planned for the city in 2016.
Wednesday night, Hazleton City Council has called a special budget meeting to deal with the budget for 2016. Mayor Jeff Cassat and council have been at odds on what to do with the money plan. Cassat wants council to raise property taxes 2%, which turns into $9 per $100,000 home, and the EIT tax up to 2.5%, adding 24 cents per every $100 earned.
That proposal would give us 4, possibly 5 police officers and open City Hall police window 24/7.
Police Chief Jerry Speziale did a comprehensive study on the police department for Mayor Cassat and came up with some plans to move the city forward. Those plans include adding a few more officers.
We have to realize that there's no quality of life if our homes and neighborhoods aren't safe and our children and our seniors are left feeling unprotected. So with the mayor's recommendation, I have met with all the members of the council to say to them, who in the right mind would not want to spend 44 cents or $6 on the average home to provide more police officers to give a better public safety presence throughout the city of Hazleton?
According to the chief, a study done by the state in 2011 stated that Hazleton had 40 cops and handled 11,000 calls. Now the city has 37 cops and 35,000 calls a year, nearly tripling the amount of assistance needed for police.
We need to have an omnipresence of police out in the street. That's what reduces crime. That's what makes the public feel safer. That's what makes you feel safer in your home and in your neighborhood. So we need to move forward with more police officers. Structurally, strategically, there's so many things we can do that we can make a safer Hazleton. But in order to do that, we have to be able to finance it. We can't do it on a shoestring budget. We can't do it with false promises. Those things just don't work. I am not a magician. I have 35 years of law enforcement experience. I've led agencies of 2,500 all the way down to 25. And in doing this for 35 years, I can tell you, an article came out today. The city where I came from has a decade crime reduction. This is the first time in a decade that they've met these numbers.
Speziale said his plan has worked in Patterson and can work in Hazleton.
Only have a minimal amount of police officers. If they're responding to a high priority job and there's a drug deal going down on the corner that scares someone in that neighborhood, how can they respond to it? So you have to have the personnel. If you give me the tools, you give me the personnel, I can guarantee you that you will have the morale, you will have the commitment, and the men and women of the Hazleton Police Department will deliver the most cost-effective and efficient service required for the people.
Tomorrow on WYLN, we will hear from the new chief about what he thinks about part-time cops, cameras, and so much more. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you. Coming up next, Gary Perna is back with a full look at our forecast, plus a look at a girl's dream of becoming a musical superstar and her ties to the greater Hazleton area. That and much more, including sports, coming up here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
Are you tired of your old car? Independence Toyota Scion in the Airport Beltway in Hazleton has an incredible deal for you. It's Chris Stash's Cash for Clunkers time. $3,000 minimum pre-owned trade-in allowance. Chris doesn't care if you push that old clunker in, pull that tired old clunker in, get it there any way you can and trade it for a car you'll love to drive. Over 80 pre-owned vehicles are available, all inspected, detailed, and ready to go. Independence Toyota Scion in Hazleton for exceptional service, the best selection of vehicles, and a minimum trade-in allowance of $3,000 for your clunker. Stop in and see Chris and his friendly team today.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Hi, I'm Bill Washko. Join me for Let's Talk Chiropractic when our guest, Rick Ryder, professional wrestler, will be on with Dr. Stacy and Dr. John. Only on WYLN TV 35.
Well, welcome back, everyone. And look it, snow finally has appeared here at the WYLN studios. We thought maybe it would never happen in this winter that took forever to show up. But the snow squalls are not done for now. There are still a couple more moving in our area. Likely most areas will only see less than an inch, a trace, but in some of those elevated areas you could see just about an inch. Let's take a look today at the current temperatures, and you know what? It's pretty cold out today no matter which way you look at it. Down south was, nice and warm as usual, but here at home, this is the kind of temperatures we're going to expect from now on. It's going to be cold, and that chance for snow will always continue over the next few days in our area with the cooler temperatures coming in. So the past 24 hours, here's those cold temperatures: 30 out in Williamsport, 31 in Wilkes-Barre, 33 in Selinsgrove. But you could see when this image was put together, this is where the snow was falling at the time. So you could see the ridge here. So the temperatures were just right for us to get some of that snow in our area, and they're going to continue overnight being pretty low for this snow. Low temperatures over the past 24 hours are pretty cold out here in the western part of the state. 4 up in Bradford, 15 State College, Wilkes-Barre at 16. So these were, last night into this morning, what we saw in our area. Now, there's nothing in our area when it comes to winter watches or warnings, nothing like that. But out here in the western part of the state, on the other side of Snyder and Union counties, there is just a watch for some, winter weather advisories and a special weather statement. Nothing has come through to our area yet. Okay, this is right now outside of what is going on. You can see the break here through Luzerne County. There's a little bit break here on Shepton, East Union Township area, Bloomsburg, a little bit of a break right now, but it's some snow squalls probably hitting the ground in Berwick and out in Danville. Down in Shenandoah, it looks like they're getting some, as well as in Tamaqua and over towards Lehighton. But these are the kind of scattered snow squalls we're going to expect coming through our area today. Currently it's 25 degrees. That wind chill is making it feel like 20. That wind's coming out of the southwest at 3 miles an hour. Up in the Wyoming Valley, perfect conditions in Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, Pittston for snow. It's a little warmer in Nanticoke and Lehman, but they'll see some snow squalls as well. Currently outside at the Avoca Airport, it's 28 degrees and 25 in Mount Pocono. Over the past 6 hours, you can see the snow moving through the area and that break that we're experiencing now in some areas and where it's picking back up now here in our area. So tonight, if you're traveling anywhere, tonight's lows: 19 in Wilkes-Barre, 14 up in Mount Pocono, 20 in Allentown, 18 out in Selinsgrove. So conditions tonight not looking too bad, but moving into tomorrow as well, 26 up in Wilkes-Barre, and the snow should be out of here before any of us travel throughout the day. 7-day forecast looking pretty good. Today was the only real chance we had of snow. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday not looking bad. Sunday with chance for some flurries in the area. Temperatures getting a little bit warmer, but those overnight lows still sticking around with us. We'll be back with more coming up right after this.
WYLN is proud to announce a huge technical upgrade to our channels that will bring a better digital picture and expanded coverage area to viewers all over northeastern and central Pennsylvania. In addition to Channel 35.1 in Hazleton, you can watch a crystal clear picture in Berwick and Columbia County on Channel 47.1 and in East Stroudsburg on Channel 24.1. And we're proud to announce Pennsylvania's newest TV station, Channel 9.1 in Williamsport, serving Lycoming, Montour, Northumberland, and Union counties. Now more than ever, WYLN is your local network.
WYLN TV 35 has strong ties to the community, as evident in its commitment to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hand Society telethons. WYLN's commitment to northeastern Pennsylvania continues with a broadcast of Hazelton's Funfest Parade and both the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants of Spare Hill flag, and throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other events. WYLN, we're your local network.
Tune in each week to WYLN TV 35 to watch the #1 Hazleton-based broadcasted television talk show, The Storm, hosted by Tiffany Cloud. Candidates, politicians, community leaders, and more appear on The Storm when they want to be heard. New shows air Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and these additional air times. Only on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
A young girl who has ties to the Hazleton area tried out for the last season of American Idol, made it to the celebrity judges, and received her ticket to Hollywood. WYLN spoke with her father this afternoon, who said everyone is excited to see her live out her dreams. From a very young age, 24-year-old Rihanna Molinaro has been singing her heart out and performing for various audiences. Now she's one step closer to making her dreams come true. Molinaro, a police officer with the Hobbs Police Department in New Mexico, wowed the American Idol judges during the Denver auditions and got her golden ticket to Hollywood. Rihanna also tried out for American Idol in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
This is something she wanted to do for a long time. She's been involved with music her entire life, too. She started singing, very young child. She has some college training with the singing as well, and she has won several other competitions throughout her lifetime, including she's been the state of New Mexico Texaco Country Showdown champion several times. So she's also tried out for The Voice as well as now with American Idol, but so far American Idol has taken her the furthest.
Her father, Gary Molinaro, was born and raised in Hazleton, and her grandfather, Frank Molinaro, still resides in the Hazleton area. Gary says he's very proud of his daughter for taking these steps to making her dreams come true.
She's very excited, and she's thrilled to be competing on that kind of level. And she was even happy when she first made it through the preliminaries in Santa Fe. She was just excited to be a part of it. So, yeah, it's very, very, very thrilling for her at this point.
Rihanna comes from a musical family. Her father, Gary, is also heavily involved in music. Rihanna has the ticket to Hollywood, and now America can wait and see how far Rihanna can go in the competition to keep her musical dreams alive.
I have a full-time job as a nurse, but I've been a part-time musician in pretty much my entire life as well. And so she kind of grew up with that, and now I'm proud of her that she's taking it to the next level.
Make sure to tune in to American Idol to see Rihanna compete to be the next American Idol. Coming up next, Eric DeBardinis is in with sports here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
Disney on Ice presents Dare to Dream, presented by Stonyfield Yo Kids. Join Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White, and Tiana in this live princess-packed ice show.
Tickets start at $15. Opens Wednesday at Mohegan Sun Arena.
Attention area residents. Show your support for local student athletes. Attend a live sporting event in your area. WYLN, we're your local network.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
A couple of trends in favor of Wilkes-Barre Scranton tonight as they embark on a season-long 6-game road trip. The streaking Baby Penguins, winners of 5 straight, aim to make it 6 against the St. John's Ice Caps, a team that has lost 4 of its last 5. In 2 previous matchups this season, the Pens have combined to beat the Ice Caps 9-3. The 2 teams play again tomorrow night. And earlier today, the organization announced that John Slaney will be the 4th person to join the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins Hall of Fame. That induction ceremony will take place on January 30th, prior to a game against Lehigh Valley. The hits keep coming for Penn State football, and this time it's 3 departures from players whose job it is to make hits. The biggest loss for the Nittany Lions will be linebacker Troy Reeder, who announced his decision to transfer to Delaware for his final 3 years of eligibility. The redshirt freshman made 67 tackles and 11 starts this past season, but decided to move on to the Blue Hens, a program where his father played in the 80s and his brother committed to just a few weeks ago. Additionally, graduate linebacker Gary Wooten Jr. and redshirt freshman cornerback Daquan Worley also plan to transfer from Penn State. Half of the hoop slate wiped out due to weather tonight, but last night no issues as Pittston girls basketball visited Berwick. The Lady Patriots entering 8-3, Berwick 7-4 overall. Pittston starts strong. Number 2, Kirsten Durling drains a long 2. Then it's Marley O'Brien extending it by just a few feet. The corner 3 is good for a 9-4 advantage. O'Brien tries her luck again. That's off the mark, but Megan Cummings fights for the board, and the putback goes in. Lady Patriots showcasing the defense. Durling transition D, and Pittston wins 33-19. We stay on the local hardwoods for our plays of the week. Marion Catholic's Josh Anama reaches above everyone else in the tip drill that teams practice so often, pays off, gets just a fingertip on it, and the bucket. Just before the half, Nanticoke's Scott Stout says, "I got this," going from the top of the key to the baseline for the nice finish. And our top play of the week belongs to Bobby Planutis. No weak stuff there. Hazleton wins, highlighted by that big-time dunk through traffic by Planutis. Stay tuned. Coming up, Gary Perna is in with a final look at your forecast.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicap accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
All right, well, if you're traveling tomorrow, not looking too bad. The highs will be in the 20s, so it's going to be cold out there no matter which way you cut it. It's going to be cold for the next couple of days, but not looking too bad. We're not going to expect any more snow squalls on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday for that, well. And Sunday we can expect some snow flurries as well, but those snow squalls are moving through our area all night tonight, so just be careful if you are traveling overnight. Could be some slick conditions out there. Road crews are probably out now, and we'll be out for the rest of the night, just making sure everyone gets home safe over the next few hours.
I turned around. I was bright and sunny out in the newsroom, and I turned around, and it looked like a winter wonderland, and I felt like it's here.
Well,
There's no turning back now.
Interviewing Mayor Cassatt and the police chief, and he has no curtains on the one window yet, and there was no snow, and then all of a sudden, it looks like a blanket just fell, and you couldn't see the library across the street.
Well, there it is, and plus some of those games canceled. Didn't see it a lot.
First time all year. We've been lucky that it's January 12th and we haven't seen games canceled, but some canceled tonight, some still going on.
Yeah, I know we got a lot of phone calls into the newsroom about a lot of the games, but it's all up north, some of them. They will. They will make them up. And
some in a few weeks.
There it is. And
yeah, this is what we're going to expect. So
I guess we used to get used to it, I guess.
Yeah.
We were blessed. What can we say? We were blessed without it, and
It made it to January, so we were
did.
okay.
Good job, everyone. We made it. We made it. Have a good one, everyone. Stay warm.